All right, I finally get to do the tarot prompt I have been wanting to do for the last couple of weeks, but I've been sick, so I have stayed away from filming anything because of my voice. But I am doing the Twilight Tarot Tag by Logan at Larkin Legend, and this was a super fun live to watch. Larkin Legend was with Peekaboo Rose and Cosmic Creeper, and Peekaboo Rose and Cosmic Creeper did not know what the prompts were going to be, and they had 30 seconds to run and pick the deck of their choosing for that prompt, which made for a absolutely hilarious video. Also the fact that they didn't know what the prompts were, and when Larkin Legend said what they were, they usually burst out laughing, and then they would dash off screen to go pick the deck, which was so much fun. Made for a really entertaining video. So I've chosen a couple Twilight items. I thought I actually had legit Twilight items. I do not, but I chose some tiger's eye for the color of their eyes once they have snacked on whatever animal they've chosen to snack on. And then this piece of flower agate and carnelian just screamed Breaking Dawn, all the things going on in Bella's body when she turned. How's our lighting situation? That red looks quite violent, which I did choose on purpose, but let's see. Can we dim it down? No, a little. Okay. So these are prompts that are chosen from the movies, which is very important because there's a prompt in here that's in the movies but not in the book. But I'll get to that when we get to that. Let's get started. The first prompt is...
Bella! Where the hell have you been, Loca?
So, Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca? Said by Jacob. Actually, both actors in this scene, so Jacob and Bella, Kristen Stewart and Taylor Lautner, did not want this line to be in the movie. They thought it was so cringy, because it is, but it is in the books. So the deck I have been neglecting, which is what this prompt is for, is This Might Hurt. So this, I have the indie version, and I got there was a darker edging you could get, so I got the light ones. I haven't used this deck at all this year. The only explanation I have to why I haven't used it is a little cutesy and quite cartoony, and I kind of just, that hasn't been the vibe for me for 2024. I am a sucker for gradient. I am a sucker for gradient photography, gradient art. So a lot of these are right up my alley. It's not that I don't like this deck. It's just, like I said, it hasn't been the vibe this year. So this has definitely been a deck I have neglected in 2024. That is the This Might Hurt indie version. The next prompt is...
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella, said by Edward in the forest. So this is a deck with bling or flashy art. I have chosen the Divine Feminine by Kokarina. My obvious choice for this prompt was the Golden Art Nouveau, but that has seen a lot of love on my channel lately, so we're switching it up. It's got gold accents, which do not show up well on camera. One of my favorite cards. Very slippy. It is a very slippy deck. I love the posture of the Fool. I think that captures it perfectly. So yeah, this is probably my next in line blingy deck aside from the Golden Art Nouveau. Let me see. I got a couple more favorites in here that I would love to show you. A couple of the cards that absolutely sold me on this deck. Here we have the Lovers. I think that is stunning. And the other one is the Death card, also stunning. That third eye has some gold foiling there. Very stunning. So that is my This is the Skin of a Killer, Bella. A deck with flashy bling. The next prompt is...
You better hold on tight, spider monkey.
All right, so I think it's "you better hold on tight, spider monkey." Kind of can't really tell what he says there. And this is the one that is only in the movies. It's not in the books because Robert Pattinson actually improv'd that line. So not only was it not in the book, but it wasn't in the script either. But Robert Pattinson took it upon himself to throw that in there. And here we have a lovely tarot prompt for it. So that is a deck that has carried you through hard times. So we have an oracle here. I actually really struggled with a tarot deck for this because for some reason I avoid tarot during hard times. And I think that I do that because for me, I know the answer to a lot of my hard time solutions and I don't want to hear it most of the time. So, but this deck has definitely, I mean, I think for obvious reasons, this is a definite carry you through hard times deck. This can be a little scary to use because some of those keywords and images are oof, but it's just, it is a hard time deck. It absolutely is a great comfort and a great, I think it's good to pull yourself out of hard times, a little bit confronting, so you do have to be prepared and be ready to be pulled out of those hard times when using this deck. But of course, the Reclaim Oracle for a deck that's carried you through hard times. The next prompt is not a quote, but it is the original Renesmee. So I actually didn't, I think I probably heard this a while back, but forgot about it. I had to listen to Logan's explanation for it. And it is, I guess they originally tried to use a doll for Renesmee and it didn't go well because that's what she looked like. So the prompt here is a deck that's hard on the eyes, but you love it anyway. So, or it has unnerving imagery. This one, you guys are probably going to laugh at me, but it's the Zombie Tarot. I avoided this deck for a very long time because of the imagery, and right off the hop, there's a good example. So here we have the backs, and there we go. That's a, I think actually someone chose this for a different prompt, this exact card. They chose it for a prompt later on. But yeah, this one, I avoided this deck for a really long time because of the imagery. I thought it was a little too zombie. But then I got the humor in it. I actually looked into it a little more and I can see that it is pretty funny. I haven't used it too much. I will be using it in the month of October. I think this would also be a fun one to use with friends, provided they are cool with zombies. So yes, I get it now. I enjoy it now. I'm looking forward to using it in the next few weeks. But yeah, some of it is a little, you know? Like some of it's fine, but then there are some that are a little grossy. Grossy Josie. Okay, that is the original Renesmee deck. So I guess I would fall under the unnerving imagery. Not so much hard on the eyes, just some of it's unnerving imagery. The next prompt, I ran into a little bit of a snag finding the audio for. The audio has been cut from the Netflix version. I do, of course, have all of the DVDs, which I tried to hunt down in my house, but I'm missing a whole box of DVDs. So hopefully not RIP. Hopefully I can find them. But it is Every Second I'm With You is about restraint and you're too fragile. So this is when Edward abandoned Bella in the woods. And it's a deck that you're afraid to use because it's so damn flimsy, so damn fragile. I don't own this one. And the reason I don't own it is because I don't want to buy it because of all the negative reviews about the cardstock, and that is the Tarot for the Great Outdoors. I would love to own this deck. I think it's stunning. I think it's beautiful. Kind of falls a little bit into the same-ish style of artwork as the This Might Hurt Tarot, so kind of interesting that it's one that I've been wanting to get, but it's one I would have loved to have taken on my trip to Alberta. I even considered purchasing it specifically for the trip, and I just couldn't pull the trigger because of the flimsy cardstock. Now, I have heard that the next version has better cardstock, but I have no more information about that. No clue when that's coming out or if that's even legit. So that is the Every Second I'm With You is about restraint, and you're too fragile, a deck you're afraid to use because it's so damn flimsy. The next prompt is,
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?
you nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster. A deck with a funny, unusual, or unfortunate name. I struggled with this prompt as well because I don't really have anything too crazy, but I settled on the unofficial shitty tarot. So this is, if you don't know, there's some extra cards in here, so I don't want to confuse anybody. The Schitt's Creek Tarot. There's also a card hanging out. Oh, static electricity in the bottom of the box. The Schitt's Creek Tarot. This also could have gone under the flimsy cardstock, but it's actually not too bad. I did bend one of them, which is why I'm saying that. So, shitty, fun play on words, as it is in the show. This one's pretty anticlimactic. It's the other contender for this prompt was the Badass Tarot, only because it has a swear word in it. So, this is how we ended up here. But this is a great deck. This is a lot of fun. I love using this deck when I'm feeling like I need a little giggle. And I think the card selections are fantastic. The creators did an excellent job. So this is an indie deck, and the creators are Heidi Page and Ashley Brock with illustrations by Matt Edwards. This one you can still get, I believe. I would just Google the unofficial shitty tarot because I think the website has changed. The website that I got this, no, I got mine on Kickstarter, and then they did put out a website, but I think it's changed. So I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up and say what it is. So just Google it and see if you can get a hold of it, but I'm pretty sure it's still in print. Okay. The next prompt is,
The fetus isn't good for Bella.
The fetus isn't good for Bella, which actually was said by Alice, and I would not have said that. If you made me guess who said that, it wouldn't have been Alice. So it's a deck with an ugly baby on it, or at least one card, or a deck with the ugliest baby you've ever seen. Okay, so the Bohemian Gothic. This was one of the first things I noticed. We'll just go through some of these, but when I got to these two cards, I was like, what is that? Not that one, oddly enough. So, the first one is this baby. What? Why does that look like Dr. Evil? What is happening there? Okay, the next one. This baby. Why does it look like an old man in a baby form? Can we get my camera to... Can we go any closer with this? There we go. That's not a baby. And we'll do the Dr. Evil up close as well. That is 100% Dr. Evil. Jeez. So yeah, that's my pick for deck with an ugly baby on at least one card. So bonus, there was 2 cards there. And the last prompt is...
You imprinted on my daughter?
You imprinted on my daughter, a deck that was love at first sight. This is another one that's been featured on my channel so much, but can't help myself. The Saint Soleil Beginner's Tarot. This one, I saw someone on TikTok using this deck. And I immediately went to the comment section to find out what the deck was. And I had to have it. There's also some bling on here. Probably comparable to the divine feminine. But we're using it for this prompt because it was one that the second I found out the name of it, I went to the internet and ordered it. So good. I do kind of like the strength card to show, like, that's an easy strength. There's nothing difficult happening there. But, oh, here's some babies. What do they look like? How are they comparable? See, they're fine. Those are normal babies. Don't know what happened with Bohemian Gothic. So yeah, I had to have it, and I use it so much, and I love it. And it's just a bonus for me that there is keywords. The keywords aren't the reason I bought it. I find that the keywords blend. It's not the first thing your eyes see. The first thing your eyes see is the imagery. So that is another bonus for this deck. And that's it. That's my You Imprinted on My Daughter deck, A Love at First Sight. And that's the end for me. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Logan at Larkin Legend for this absolutely hilarious watch and tag that I just had to reply to because I love Twilight. I will be watching it again. Thank you, and I'll see you when I see you.